Today we're going to be talking about light-independent reactions.
What is it?
We are going to be talking about and explaining the process of the light-independent reaction. The light-independent reaction is also known as a dark reaction. Dark reactions are chemical reactions that turn carbon dioxide that we breathe out and other compounds into glucose, which the plant uses as energy. The reaction occurs in a stroma, which is a fluid-filled area of a chloroplast outside of the thylakoid membrane.
Before we explain what the dark reaction is, we have to talk about the dependent reaction. The dependent reaction uses light and water to produce ATP and NADPH as well as oxygen. The ATP and NADPH is then used by the dark reaction to produce glucose. Now let's go into more detail.
The light-dependent reaction uses light energy to make two molecules needed for the next stage of photosynthesis, ATP and NADPH. In plants, the light reaction takes place in the thylakoid membranes of organelles called chloroplasts.
The light-independent reaction has to go through 3 steps to be able to produce glucose: carbon fixation, reduction, and regeneration. Carbon fixation. In the stroma, CO2 and 2 other components are present to start the dark reaction. 2 molecules work together to make the CO2 fix from an inorganic to organic form. This is why it is called carbon fixation.
A reduction reaction is when a molecule loses an electron. In this reaction, 6 molecules of both ATP and NADPH are used. For ATP, energy is released, converting it to ADP through a process known as hydrolysis. For NADPH, both energy and hydrogen atoms are lost, converting it into NADP+. Both of these molecules return to the nearby light-dependent reaction to be used and re-energized.
Only one of the molecules leaves the Calvin cycle and is sent to the cytoplasm to contribute to the information of other compounds needed by the plant.
In the end, all 3 steps work together to produce glucose that the plant uses as energy and food to complete the process of photosynthesis.